Hey, I told you guys sometimes I'm doing a surprise live show. We'll see if anybody shows up. Right now, I'll just sit and crochet for a bit. See if anybody has their notifications on. Hello? Who's here? Somebody jumped in. Hey, Joy! What time is it there? It's about 6:10 p.m. here. And my cat is no Tabitha. Tabitha's trying to attack the camera, the tripod, so if it suddenly falls, you'll know what happened. 4:10 in California. Pusa is having Andrew's birthday. Oh, okay. So you guys are just I'm a couple hours ahead of you, I should say. You're a couple hours behind me. I bought myself some new yarn and it's really thick yarn. It's coming up like that. And I'm making myself a new pillowcase cover for a pillow that I have. But look at this. Isn't that huge? It reminds me of the ribbons that my mom used to put in my hair when I was a little girl. I know, aren't the colors gorgeous? They kind of match, well, I can show you a piece of the fabric. I just recovered a chair, which I'm working on editing the video and then I'll upload that. And I also had enough to make a pillow for it and a table linen. And this is the fabric. And I thought that this yarn matched the fabric. And I'm trying to kind of make things go together in my house. But, you know, I am a little gypsy, so I've always got bright colors. And nothing ever truly matches exactly. Does that make sense? I've lost where I'm stitching. Oh, here we go. I lost my stitch. I usually don't use this big of a crochet hook unless I'm making rugs. But now, Incense Shop, tell me your name again. Is it Henry? Is that your name? I'm so terrible with names. And Joy, happy birthday to Andrew. I believe that's what you said. Oh, someone else just popped in. Please say hello so I know who's here. I'm actually kind of surprised when you guys show up. I'm pleasantly surprised, I should say. I'm very happy that that people come in and say hello. Let's see. All right. What's everybody doing tonight? I know, Joy, you've got the birthday party. What's everybody else doing? Is there anything you guys want to talk about? You know me, I can ramble on. Henry! Oh, I did remember! Yay! I remembered a name. I couldn't remember. I wasn't sure if it was Henry or Harry. My great-grandfather's name was Harry, so that's why I sometimes get those two mixed up. And my son, he has two middle names, and one of his middle names is Harold. So his name is Luther Edward Harold. It was so funny when he was born. He was a preemie baby, and the nurses used to say that his name was longer than he was. Such a tiny baby. You guys you gotta chat with me. You gotta ask me questions or pick a topic for me to talk about because I don't want to bore you with just me sitting here crocheting and getting my hair out of my eyes and saying nothing. You guys know I'm not shy, so, I will answer almost anything within reason, within reason. Any questions? It's getting really cold outside. I think that's part of the reason why I wanted to start crocheting with this very thick yarn. It's about 37 degrees right now. It's supposed to get down to 21 tonight. Yeah. I don't like cold weather. I'm not a cold weather kind of gal. I don't like it too hot either. I'm kind of um 70, yeah, about 70's good. I like to say between 68 and 72 and I'm a happy girl. Yes, that is damn cold. You're right. Yeah. Um Especially since it's been like 60 to 65 the last couple days. And so now we're going from, low 60s to low 30s. But that's the nature of Southern Illinois. Um, that's just the way it happens. Our weather changes at the drop of a dime, seriously. I remember one year, I was born in October, okay, middle of October. It snowed on my birthday. Snowed. And I'm not talking like a dusting. I'm talking like we got a few inches of snow in the middle of October. And by the same token, I can remember it being like 75 degrees on Christmas Day. So the weather here is absolutely nutty. And with global warming, it gets worse every year. So do you guys do any crafts? Do you crochet or knit or make stuff, woodworking or anything like that? I keep looking up at at my phone because when you guys comment, it pops up the whole, what do you call it, feed, the whole chat feed. But there's only a couple of us in here, so we could just, chat amongst ourselves. Let's see. I don't know why. Do you guys just not like to talk? You just like to go to live feeds and lurk and sit? I mean, I could sit here and sing, but you'd probably run away really quick if I did that. I've been trying to come up with some ideas of how I can work from home and maybe make a little money to support myself. My dream has always been to open up my own tarot therapy office or tarot reading office. That takes money though. It's kind of sad. It takes money to make money, huh? I do have a job interview on Friday, and I just mailed off a resume today as well. So if you guys, if you can send me some good mojo, I'd appreciate it. Some good energy. And if you do Reiki, I would gladly take that too because my neck's been bugging me. It seems like the physical therapy that to be making it better is not making it feel better. It makes it feel worse. So I don't know what that's all about. My physical therapist said that if that keeps happening, then we're going to cut back on the number of exercises that I do with my neck because we don't want it to hurt. That's not the goal. What's up, Tabby? Tabitha. Are you guys still out there? Am I by myself and nobody said goodbye? Hello? I mean, if you guys don't want to chat or anything, just tell me goodbye and I'll shut down the stream, and that's not a problem. I'm okay with that. Just let me know so that I'm not sitting here talking to myself and looking like a fool. Hello? Anybody? I'm still here but working some. Sing! Trying to think of what I could sing. My favorite song. My favorite song is. It was written by Stevie Nicks, but it was recorded by Fleetwood Mac. And it's called Landslide. I am not a good singer, I will tell you. But hey, I'll give it a go. I took my love and I took it down. I climbed a mountain and I turned around. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, the landslide'll bring me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child in my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? That's enough. You can tell I don't sing well, so that's enough. I used to sing when I went to church. They would always have me sing in the choir. At that point in time, I could sing several different voices. I could sing all the way from second alto up to descant, which descant is the highest female voice part. I cannot sing descant anymore. My voice changed way too much for that. My voice is way too deep for that now. So let's see. My spelling is not, wait, what? My spelling is not good. Meant to say working on some things. Well, and then I started singing. I thought you were telling me to sing. So what are you working on, Henry? Are you making incense? A friend of mine just gave me some wonderful incense. It's called Wisdom. Oh, it's very cleansing. Smells really good. But yeah, what you working on, Henry? Hey, somebody else just popped in. Say hello. Who's here? You just missed me making a fool of myself singing. Yeah, people keep popping in and out. I don't know. I guess I'll probably, maybe I ought to just shut down the chat. It was supposed to be a surprise craft and chat, but I think everybody's got stuff to do. And nobody's in the mood to talk tonight. Maybe I should try it more during the day. I don't know. I always worry about doing a chat during the daytime because I'm afraid the people are at work. And I get up ungodly early. I mean, like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I honestly don't think people would want to talk to me that early. Unless maybe some of my overseas subscribers are around. They might. Maybe I'll try it tomorrow morning just to see. No, not work. Got shipped back up. Are you shipping out merchandise? That you're shipping out merchandise? Whew. I think it's coming along. Ah, gotcha. What do you think? What do you think so far? This is really thick. This is going to be a really, really thick pillowcase. The pillowcase I'm putting it on is like 18 inches by 18 inches. So I have to make it fairly big. It's going to be a wash though. But I do like the colors. I think the colors are pretty. Anybody have any questions or comments? Anything you want to talk about? I keep seeing my numbers change of who's in and who's out, and so it makes me wonder. Oh, thanks, Henry. It just makes me wonder. I'm like, well, am I offending anybody? You know, are they jumping in and jumping out quick for a specific reason? Did I do something wrong? I don't know. So, Henry, is your store, is it an online store or do you have an actual box store? Is it like a storefront, a brick and mortar store? My mom used to have a brick and mortar store. She sold fabric and yarn and sewing machines and embroidery machines and things like that. So I kind of grew up around business, I guess. I would go in and I would help her out from time to time. Hey, Heather. How's it going? Oh, Henry, you've got 2 Etsy shops. I actually just closed my Etsy shop about 4 years ago, and I was debating on opening up a new one. Heather, look what I'm making. City Girl Country Heart. Okay. I'll have to look. Like the colors? It's going to be a pillowcase. And I got the yarn to match this fabric. because that's what I recovered a chair in my living room in. Actually, I guess I could take you guys over. You guys want to see the chair that I did? I'll show you the chair that I did. What is the yarn? The yarn is, it's by Yarn Bee. It's called Stretched Taffy Lollipop. I got it at Hobby Lobby. I had a coupon and I thought it was pretty. Oh, you want to see my chair? Okay, cool. I'll take you over here. I'll show you my chair. This is my chair and the pillow. I made the little pillow. But this chair, this is actually fabric that I used a glue and Mod Podge mixture to attach it to the chair, and I videotaped it. I did film it, but it's a lot of editing because it took me several hours to do that. So when I get it edited, I will upload it up to into my crafty playlist. Yeah, I love this yarn. It's really thick. I mean, it's a good 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch thick. That's why I'm using my giant crochet hook. This is usually my rug yarn hook. But I just, thought it would match the fabric and I thought it was pretty. And I'm trying to get back in the habit of doing a little self-care and getting into my hobbies that make me feel good. And crocheting makes me feel good. So, and it's God, it's so cold tonight. It is so cold tonight. I mean, I turned my heat up to 70. So, is it really? Oh, I've got bigger. This actually is not the biggest crochet hook that I have. I think this is an O. And I think I have a Q or an R sized somewhere. Usually I use them when I'm doing rugs. Cold here too. Yeah, it's been windy here too. Just telling Henry earlier that it's about 30, well now it's about 35 degrees, I guess, and it's supposed to get down to 20, 21 tonight. And then, yesterday it was 65. So, oh, Terry Trotto. Oh, okay. Okay, I've actually spoken to Terry on someone else's live feed. Oh, who was it? Maybe Pratt Family. It might be Pratt Family Homestead, or it might have been Doug and Stacy. Oh, I can't remember now. But yeah, I recognize the name Terry Trotto. Okay, awesome. Well, I will definitely once the feed posts and everything, I'll go back through and I will look up her shop because yeah, that's awesome. My shop that I had, it started off as being called Gypsy's Attic, and I had it as Gypsy's Attic for like 5-6 years. And then I changed it to Peaceful Acre Studio because of where I was living at the time. And then I had a lot of family things going on and I just couldn't keep up with production because, I'm just one gal and I hand make everything. So I decided that it was losing money anyway because Etsy had just raised their fees again. And I shut it down. But what's funny is today I was literally on there going, I bet I could start up a new Etsy shop again, and maybe do that as a little side hustle. You know, I really would like to be able to work from home. Tell her YouTube ID. I know what? Wait a minute. Tell her YouTube ID. I know not silk she's selling. Okay, I'm a little confused. Um, are you telling me that she's selling silk fibers on her shop? Is that what you mean, Henry? And oh yeah, I'll definitely tell her my YouTube ID. Although most people know who I am when I say gypsy, you know, most people get it. But there's a lot of us gypsies out in the world. So, uh, yeah, it's been so windy. I've been having a little trouble. Oh, you don't think she's selling it this time? Okay. Um, I think my internet is going in and out with the wind, so I do apologize. I'm not like really pixely or anything. Um, actually, Heather, they have like a tutorial. It's pretty easy. Um, they kind of prompt you through how to list an item. They also have articles on the best way to photograph your items to make them more marketable, how to write up a description, how to tag your items so that people can find it easier. Um, it's it's actually really gotten good about educating people who aren't used to doing online retail. I know when I started out, they didn't have anything like that. The list fee is 20 cents. When I started, oh, they must have lowered it again because when I started, it was like 15 cents. Um, and then you paid a percentage as well. Some of my creations are low. Oh, nice. Mooney's Emporium. That sounds awesome. Yeah, there used to be a local shop here that I could sell my wares at, and then they closed, unfortunately. I live in a very economically depressed area, and I mean, everybody's tight these days. So that's why I keep saying I wish that I had the money. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I bet they do have a lot of cool stuff. I wish that I had the money that I could just, open up a little place here on my land because I have the land. I have 12 and a half acres. I've got plenty of land that I could put something on. But just getting the money. And then, of course, you've got to get permits and things like that because I'm inside city limits. So 5 cents for Etsy now on their end. Bad part is 40% commission. Actually, that's pretty reasonable. 40%. Um, I got lucky because I worked out a deal with the owner of the shop that I used to have my stuff in. It was called New Ages of the Worlds. And what I would do is I would come in and work as a clerk 1 day a week, and that would pay for me to keep my stuff in their store. And we had a deal to where they took 15% and I got to keep the rest. Um, and then they also had like psychic fairs and things like that. And that's when I would make money because I was their most popular tarot reader at the time, to the point to where the owner would actually have to stop people and say, Gypsy needs a break now. So, taking the time to actually do that. Well, it does take a little time. It takes a little research. I recommend that what you do is whatever it is that you're planning on selling on Etsy, do a search for that item and just see how much is out there, what the average price of that item is. Um, because, if the market is glutted with scarves, you don't want to make another scarf unless your scarf is just the most unusual, phenomenal thing that, you've ever seen. Um, because Otherwise, you won't sell anything. The market is just too flush with all of the stuff. But if you make something that you don't find a lot of on Etsy, then you'll be able to price it accordingly. And there's all kinds of formulas out there that you can use, when you price it by hour and stuff. But during a local artist. Oh, nice. Good luck. Yeah. I wish I could paint. I'm I'm not that kind of an artist. I don't even call myself an artist. I'm a crafter. I mean, I make stuff out of stuff. So, yeah, mine too. My stuff is pretty much one of a kind creations as well. I don't like to copy anybody. um, Usually, if people hire me to make something for them, we start off with, okay, what is it you're looking for? I want a blanket. Okay, what kind of blanket are you looking for? Are you looking for a blanket that you want to snuggle with? Are you looking for a blanket that you want texture with? I mean, just a whole bunch of different questions. Get. Sorry, Baxter just grabbed my ball of yarn. I got frustrated. You probably remember a few years ago when the crocheted animal hats, especially the fox hat, was very popular, and everybody and their brother was making that hat. I soft and snuggly blanket. Um, and I had several people come up to me and say, "Why aren't you selling the fox hats?" And I said, "Because if you go 2 tables down, you'll see a lady selling fox hats. And then if you go 5 more tables from her, you'll see another lady selling fox hats." Shop that have herbal medicine shop. I have 16 sold. Well, have one shop that you have 11, 14. You sold 16 of what, Henry? I'm not sure. Not sure what you were talking about there. It's hard for me to keep up with the chat when it doesn't stay on my screen long enough for me to read it all. But yeah, I am not someone to copy someone else's work. I wrote a children's book once and it was stolen from me by someone in Canada. And then after I had that experience, I went, no, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm not going to copy anybody else, and I don't want anybody to copy me. So, ooh, this is getting really twisted. Yeah, I prefer unique things as well, Heather. Yeah, this person had actually was supposed to sign a contract with me to publish my book. And then suddenly her book publishing business had a fire. This is what she told me. They had a fire. And so she lost everything and was unable to publish. And it just she was, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I lost your book and everything." And then a year later, I found my book. Yeah, I was not happy about that at all. And I had no real recourse because it would have cost too much in legal fees to try and fight with her being in Canada, me being in the United States, and we didn't have an actual signed contract. Yeah, Heather, meet Henry. Go check out his incense shop. Actually, he has a couple of shops, so um, I'm gonna have to do that too. I do like my incense. I have a whole cauldron of it over there by the chair that I showed you guys, actually. Mr. Body Oil. Okay. Mr. Body Oil. I'll remember that. Mr. Body Oil. I'm saying it several times so that I remember it. I'm so glad that you guys dropped by. I think I'm only going to chat for a few more minutes, though. I have to feed the cats their nighttime feeding. I feed them twice a day because two of them are on diets. So, and oh, 11 inches incense and 19 inches incense. I'd like to see it even though it was stolen. Oh, the title of my book? You would ask me that. It was Mama G's Mama G's Crafty Book for Little Witchlings. That's what it was. That's not the title that she used, though. I can't remember what title she changed it to. But I had basically created it on my desktop publishing. Ooh, Seven Blossoms tea. That sounds good. I am drinking iced tea tonight. Good old-fashioned iced tea. But it's in one of my Alice in Wonderland glasses, which that says, "What a curious feeling," said Alice. "I must be shutting up like a telescope." And there she is. I love Alice in Wonderland. It's my favorite book. Or maybe I should say it's my favorite children's book because... Oh no, where did it go? My favorite book is actually called Illusions, The Adventures of a Reluctant Messiah, and it's by Richard Bach. He also wrote Jonathan Livingston Seagull. You love Allison. Yes, it was Little Witchy Crafts. It was a book for children. It was a children's book. I actually ran a We Wonder Wicca pagan children's school, Sunday school. It was called We Wonder Wicca Sunday school. And then I also had a group called Go Kids, which stood for The Goddess's Own Kids. And it was a play group for pagan children to come and play and celebrate the different pagan holidays. So I did that because my children can make it. Okay. Sorry, I was reading and this, like I said, it pops up and disappears, so I have to like scroll and read. But yeah, my kids were little at the time, and I wanted them to be able to express, you know, not necessarily their beliefs because they were little at the time. They didn't necessarily hold the beliefs, but traditions. They could talk about traditions in our family. And so there was several kids in the neighborhood. Actually, I knew their parents who were also pagan, and there was nothing around for the kids to do whenever the adults would get together and celebrate the pagan holidays. And so I decided, well, there's a need. I'm going to create the groups to do it. So I did that up until my son, who's my oldest, was in about 5th grade. So I did it for a few years. Hi, Magic. But all right, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a night. Something in my eye. Oh, I live in the Bible Belt too, honey. I'm in the Midwest. I'm in Southern Illinois. Trust me, I've gotten death threats and hate mail and yeah, heart of the Bible Belt right here. Which is why I don't wear a pentagram. I wear a crescent moon instead because yeah. Although it is getting a little bit better here, but at the time, this was the mid 90s. So, well, you've got me, Heather. I'll be your pagan friend. Well, Henry, Heather, I think I'm going to call it a night. I have to feed the monsters and you know, keep your bells clicked and jump in and say hi the next time I go live. And don't forget that on Tuesdays I post a tarot reading for the entire week. So come and check that out if you haven't already. Yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys later.